or tries to avoid completely.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
216-578-1007 to join us live. 800-348-1007. 35192. Send me a text. If you are watching live, you can do that at alancoxshow.com. Thank you to Chuck Palahniuk, one of my favorite authors, Fight Club, Choke, all of it, helping out today back there in the video department. So thank you very much. Your Cleveland Cavaliers went 1-1 with the Heat over the weekend. Well, last week and then Friday night. Beat them once, lost once in Miami. They beat the Hornets in Charlotte last night. That is another back-to-back couple of games with the Cavs. 114-108 was the final last night in Charlotte. They will play them again tomorrow night. They're taking tonight off. You know, you want to get around Charlotte. You want to hang for a bit. You want to go to the amusement park. You want to stop off at Max's Barbecue. Delicious. Make sure you go for the spicy mustard there. And they'll play the Hornets tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here on MMS. 6:30 is when that pregame coverage begins. They're doing that a handful of times for the remainder of the season. They're playing the Nets back-to-back in Brooklyn. They are playing the Magic back-to-back in Orlando. And then they'll be done with the regular season on April the 9th. And then we'll be talking about Cavs playoff basketball, be talking about Guardians. What a time to be alive. I mean, just look outside and tell me it's exciting to be in baseball season, right on top of baseball season.
Love it.
Oh, come on. I was reading a thing on, I was talking to some friends yesterday about movies. A handful of us went to brunch, and we were talking about movies and things like that. And I mentioned that the new John Wick movie, it's called, anybody know what the new John Wick movie is called?
John Wick.
Wick Trimmer.
The Wicker Man.
Well, it's the fourth one. What do you think they call it? Yeah. There you go. John Wick 4 is what they call it, right. It's in theaters next Friday, I believe. Not this Friday. I think it opens on the 24th. And those John Wick movies, as they've gained in popularity and made more money, have gotten considerably longer. The latest John Wick movie, John Wick 4, is 3 hours and 9 minutes long.
No, is it really?
But here's the thing. Everything I've read is like, this is going to go down as one of the greatest action movies of all time.
Oh, it better.
They're like,
3
this
hours
movie
and 9
is
minutes.
And they're
long.
like, they don't waste, just people who've seen it already are like, they don't waste a second in this movie. It sounds long. It is long, but you'll never know it.
All right.
God bless Keanu. This guy's goddamn 55 years old. How old's Keanu? I mean, he's pushing 60. I don't think he's like right around my age. He's 58. Okay. Turned 58 last September. He's doing, I mean, you talk about a late blockbuster franchise in your career. People were more excited that he was going to be doing more John Wick movies than when he did that last Matrix movie.
Oh, for sure.
And so
nobody wanted that Matrix movie.
He is.
The people that made it didn't want to make it.
Right. So yeah, John Wick 4 is out next Friday. That's a movie I will want to see a weekend it opens. There's a lot of movies that I've meant to go see and I just haven't yet because I just can't get to the movies. I'd like to see Cocaine Bear.
Yeah,
I'd like to see some other things.
I wanted to see the one that won the Oscar.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. They won everything last night.
And I wanted to see that in theaters, and I just never got around to it.
Well, now you can watch it on Amazon.
I know, and I still haven't watched it on there, so I might watch that tonight.
Yeah.
Finally get to that.
Yeah, so anyway, 3 hours and 9 minutes for the new John Wick movie, but they're saying that it is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And I imagine this might be the last one, right? See, here's the secret sauce of these John Wick movies, is they got a stuntman to direct them. This guy, Chad Stahelski or whatever. He was a stuntman who had worked, I think, on The Matrix or something, worked in some other movies, and he is a stuntman. And he pitched, I think, the John Wick thing. And so that very first movie, I mean, that franchise is almost 10 years old. But I think to a person, when you first saw the first John Wick movie, you were like, oh, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Just for that kind of movie.
For an action movie.
For an action movie. It was amazing.
A kind of silly premise. You know, they kill his dog, and he's like, yeah, right, I'm coming out of retirement, going to go get some revenge.
it's not a new premise. You know, everybody loves the retired hitman forced to come out of retirement premise. But it had Tom Brady's ex, that foxy Bridget Moynihan, is John Wick's wife, had Leguizamo in it, right? People don't give John Leguizamo enough credit.
I like him a lot.
He does good work.
I have a weird crush on him.
He's in The Menu.
How do you spell his last name?
W-I-C-K. John Wick.
Okay.
It's L-E-G, L-E-G-U-I-Z-A-M-O. See if I'm right.
Yeah, you are. He's not like a traditionally attractive dude, but every movie I see
What is
him in,
traditionally attractive,
like George
Mary?
Clooney
She's saying
or
white.
no,
White guy.
Right.
no. When people
He was in To Wong Fu.
when people name the list of hot actors in Hollywood, John Leguizamo is not generally on that list.
But he's
That's
had an
what I
amazing
mean.
career because he got going doing like these one-man shows.
Yeah.
He would do like these monologue Broadway things. But he's got Ice Age money. He was in this movie that just came out, Violent Night, where David Harbour is like Killer Santa or whatever. He was in that. He does all these.
He's had an incredible career.
Yes, he has.
Whenever he's
And
in
he's got
anything,
range.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's so cute.
Well,
And I don't know why.
What's great about Leguizamo is he can play a terrifying like mob boss like he does in is he that in John Wick?
No, he's his buddy that does the
Oh, okay.
cars and
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
He can play that. He can play the scary guy. He can play the friend. He can just be like a silly guy.
Yeah.
The Pest is one of my favorite movies
That's
from
so
when I was
old.
a kid. It was
The
such a fun movie
Pest.
though.
Yeah, he's a silly sidekick.
He's in The Mandalorian. He's in everything.
Oh, yeah.
He's Bruno in Encanto.
Come
The guy
on.
that nobody talks about.
Shut up! We don't talk about Bruno.
He's a silly sidekick in Chef. I really liked him in that. He was.
The Favreau movie?
Yeah, he
Boy,
was
what a
in-
great movie that is.
It's so good.
Chef is awesome. People sleep on that, but it's dynamite.
He's also in The Gamer.
You love Gamer.
You love Gamer.
Every movie conversation will come back
Goes
to Mary
back to
going,
The Gamer.
have you guys ever seen Gamer
'Cause
with
it has
Gerard Butler?
3 of my
And
hot
the guy
guys.
from 6 Feet Under?
Yes, Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Michael, what's his name?
Michael C. Hall.
C. Hall. And
Yeah.
John Leguizamo. I was like, what more do I need out of this movie?
A script.
A plot, maybe.
Gamer was actually kind of ahead of its time.
liked it.
It wasn't a good movie, but the premise was very much ahead of its time.
We watched a movie last night that was kind of not similar to that. It's on Netflix. It's Idris Elba.
Luther?
And- yes. Have you seen it?
The Luther movie?
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole TV show. They made a movie to cap the television show.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't know
a big
that.
fan of the TV show, yes.
So the movie, it's basically like there's this bad guy and he's live streaming killing people. He's been kidnapping people for like a year. And he promotes it on like the dark web. Like
It's called
watch-
Luther Meets the East Side of Cleveland.
Yeah, right. He's like, watch these people die. You can vote in real time on how you want them to die, like burn to death or slit their throat or whatever. And it's like such a crazy concept because I'm like, I feel like this could really happen. Like, I feel like
It's probably happened.
It
here.
has
that's the
happened,
other thing.
yeah.
Like that whole, I don't know, man. It's so creepy because there's people. You know, they show 180,000 people all over the world live streaming, watching them stab people and stuff. And obviously, Idris Elba is the good guy trying to shut it down.
Dude,
but-
I can't watch that stuff because I won't sleep right after that. Like there was that tragedy a couple years ago on like Valentine's Day where that guy like got shot. That was like on Facebook or something.
That's what I was talking about, that old guy on the East Side.
Like I can't. And people were like watching that, and I just. I don't know how it stayed on Facebook as long as it did, but like people were watching.
There's no
that.
one at the wheel over there.
Okay.
I can't blame anyone for being morbidly curious, but it's when you start passing it around.
right.
To watch it is probably human nature.
Well, that's the whole premise of this. This is like you pay money and you have a say, kind of like Squid Game. You have a say in how these people
Hunger
die.
Games
You know,
kinda,
yeah.
I don't want that on my spirit.
You don't
Have
have
your
enough
spirit.
money to watch someone die like
and
that.
you don't have no spirit.
That kind of goes back to movies like Running Man and Death Race,
Yeah.
stuff like that, where people are paying to watch live death.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if they, who among us wouldn't maybe watch something along those lines if it was on television?
Further ado, it's time to start running!
I'll kill you last, Killian. The late, great Richard Dawson in The Running Man. Now I want to watch Chef again.
It's so good.
Man, what a good movie. Because it's got
It's got
Sofia
everybody.
Vergara.
Mhm.
It's got Scarlett Johansson in it. It's got Dustin Hoffman. It's got Bobby Cannavale in it.
Tony Stark.
Oof, man, what's good? Huh?
Tony Stark.
Robert Downey Jr. Yes.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yep. They worked together in Iron Man before that. Favreau directed Iron Man and then had a huge flop and then went to do Chef and kind of got back.
Not Patton Oswalt. He's a guy who looks like Patton Oswalt, who plays the food critic. Who is that?
I don't know.
Food critic chef. He
Guy who looks like Patton Oswalt. I don't know.
Oliver Platt.
Oh.
Doesn't
does
he kinda
not
look like
he
Patton
does
Oswalt?
not.
not at all.
No, not at all.
They don't look the same to you?
They do not. Nope.
Okay.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Alan.
What's going on, Nick? Nick is our tech correspondent here on the Alan Cox Show.
Well, this is more technology law news related than more technology.
All right.
Well, some people will say our First Amendment is under attack, but that's not actually what's happening here. In the Supreme Court, it's going under their premise, whatever you want to call it now.
Their
that
purview?
Thank you, sorry.
It's not the word correspondent.
Yeah.
Are you
no,
talking
not
about the
at all.
Sullivan case? What are you talking about?
Yeah, the case where companies may soon actually have to care what their clients or users post
Right.
instead of just caring when they absolutely have to.
Right. Yes. You're talking about
So,
Section 230.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we're already boring everyone, Nick. What did you call to say?
I just called to say it's most likely going to pass, and you're going to hear a lot more crying, or it's going to be upheld, and you're going to hear a lot more crying from people in terms of what they can and can't post, but that's what it's going to be.
All right, well, there you go. You'll hear a lot more crying, courtesy of Nick, the tech correspondent, if they decide that companies are on the hook. Yeah, because they're really going to clamp down on what people can say. But again, these are private companies. It's not the government impeding your speech. People complain, it's my First Amendment. Now with Twitter, now with Facebook, if they actually had moderation panels anymore, they would tell you, you can't say this, can't do this. Hey, speaking of which, I got... I think somebody sent one for you and me and Mary, maybe. They ran us through ChatGPT.
Oh, God.
Did they do that where they had us...
We did a joke. I was on last week.
Yeah, I did the joke. Everybody gets I did a joke in each of our styles.
Is that
on
what it was?
ChatGPT,
Each
yeah.
of our styles. Well, somebody sent me Chat-GPT for Poundcake.
Oh, they found it.
Well, because you can get on there and go, write me a 3-paragraph essay about X.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time I go to I was talking to my son about this. Every time I go to Chat-GPT, they go, we're at capacity. I haven't done dick on this thing yet. So Brittany hits me up from LaGrange, and she goes, write me a 3-paragraph essay about Cody Poundcake Brown. And it kicked out a 3-paragraph essay about our own Cody Poundcake Brown. And you know, there's all these conversations being had more and more about this, about students using it, about people using AI as a shortcut to whatever. This could be the perfect shortcut for when he's trying to get his own show elsewhere in the United States, right? Just a quick, you'd have to edit this, obviously, but a 3-paragraph essay that AI kicked out for you. Are you interested in hearing it, Cody?
Absolutely.
You want to hear what the AI said?
I want to see if it's a better pound cake than pound cake.
Well,
absolutely.
I'll let you be the judge. Cody Poundcake Brown is a radio host and social media personality known for his unique sense of humor and entertaining on-air persona. Born and raised in Ohio, Brown got his start in radio as an intern for the popular Cleveland morning show, The Alan Cox Show.
Hell
So
yeah.
close.
So close. He quickly made a name for himself with his infectious energy and quirky commentary, and was eventually hired as a full-time on-air personality. That's paragraph 1.
Nice.
He is
How do you feel
quirky.
about He is quirky and
I like that.
infectious.
Yeah.
That's why I'm showing these cough drops, because he's all the way down the hall in another studio.
It's definitely not me.
He's the one guy on the show I don't see every day. Here's paragraph 2. Brown's on-air persona, Poundcake, is known for its irreverent humor. Third person there.
Gender neutral.
Yeah, there you go. And candid commentary on a wide range of topics. He has a particular talent for finding the humor in everyday situations.
Love that.
And his quick wit and infectious charm, there's infectious again, You'd think that AI would have a vast array of adjectives to
Walking
apply.
infection.
Have won him a devoted following of fans both on the radio and on social media. Brown's honesty and willingness to share his own experiences have also made him a role model for many young people. It's made him a role model.
Roll cake.
Well, we've known that for a long, long time, though. I mean, we've known that he's...
Hey, I molest children.
But that's, listen, that's neither here nor there. Here's how do you feel about paragraph 2?
I like it.
All right.
Pretty good.
Here's paragraph 3, courtesy of Brittany put in Chat GPT, just for you. In addition to his work on the radio, Brown is a talented writer and performer.
Not incorrect.
He has created a number of viral videos and social media posts that have gained him national attention. And he has also written and performed his own comedy sketches.
I have.
Once.
Did he?
He did 5 minutes at a comedy tour, Alan Cox Show comedy tour.
But I thought we wrote that for him.
No,
he
wrote one
wrote
joke
his-
for him.
All right.
Really, yeah.
With his,
graphic
here's
style.
infectious again. With his infectious, and this is AI. They've got the whole of the internet at its disposal, and it's thrown in infectious thrice.
That's part of his brand, is being infectious.
All right. With his infectious energy and unique sense of humor, Cody Poundcake Brown is definitely a rising star in the world of radio and entertainment. I like how they separate radio from entertainment. Radio
'Cause they're
and
different.
entertainment.
I thought it was going to say a force to be reckoned with.
Boy, I'm surprised that's not in there as many times as it went for infectious, a force to be reckoned with. That always felt a little, I know what people are trying to achieve with that phrase. It always felt a little aggressive.
I'm a force.
I'm a force to be reckoned with. It sounds there's a lot of retribution in there So there's, thank you, Brittany, out in LaGrange there. You know, when you're in LaGrange, you got a lot of time to kill. And she, that's the 3-paragraph essay about our own little Poundcake Brown, courtesy of Chat GPT. Your thoughts? You like it?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my Lifetime original movie. The biopic of Poundcake.
Infectious, the Cody Poundcake Brown story, as told by Chat GPT.
Man,
Right? There's something there.
that's a script.
All right. I've got to take a break here. If you'd like to send a text, 35192. AlanCoxShow.com to watch, and you can listen wherever on the iHeartRadio app.
2 hours to midnight.
The new metal show here on WMMS.
Cleveland's metal show.